Hey guys, it's me Sunny again. So now that the front and rear brake lines have been fitted, I'm going to start with putting in the brake reservoir. When I will fill the brake reservoirs in the front and the rear with the brake fluid. Sport Bike Track Gear was very nice to give me the EBC brake fluid right there. But I'm going to go with the Gsxr Super .4 brake fluid. I got it from Cycle Gear. I already have this from previously when I did my brakes and I bled them. They said at that time that this brake fluid is actually superior to any of the brake fluid out there. That's the reason I'm going to go with the Gsxr. Okay. So, how do we bleed the brakes? Basically, first thing is first. I'm just attaching everything the way it is. I put on the brake bleeder bottle, attached it to the bleeder screw. I will loosen that nut right there and just tilt out the rear brake fluid reservoir. It's really hard to get it out of there, you know. So I'll just tilt it here, fill it up, and I will just basically squeeze this lever and slowly drain out the brake fluid from the bottom. Once I see a clear stream of brake fluid coming through the brake line right here, going to the brake fluid bottle, that's when I will actually stop and just fill up the rest. You do have to keep in mind that to keep the brake reservoir full during this time, you can't just let it all drain out all the way. If it drains out all the way, then air is going to come back in. The whole point is to keep fluid in the whole system and get rid of any air from brake fluid reservoir going down through the line to the caliper. And so let's get started. This is a 10mm nut right there, bolt, whatever. So I'm going to take that off. There you go, it just comes right off. Perfect. Once that is out, there you go, and that's out. Just kind of, there you go, tilt it out a bit. There you go, perfect. Take a Phillips screwdriver, take off these top screws for the rear brake fluid reservoir cap. Perfect. You want to have a rag handy though, so where's my rag? Let's keep my rag right there. Perfect. When any dust spill out is going to go right there on the rag, you know. It'll be less of a mess to clean up. Comes right out. There it is. You see that? Oops. Like I said, it is very important to keep the rag handy. Okay. So perfect. Keep this cap to the side. Where is that screw? Just fell out. Wow. Nothing can go smoothly, huh? Oh, there it is. Luckily, at this time of night, it's hard to find screws and everything, but I found this, so I'm lucky enough. And I will keep it right here on top of the box. Come on. Okay. Perfect. Make sure that the brake fluid bottle, actually make sure first that the bleeder screw is actually tight. It is tight. Okay. Before you fill it up, because you don't want fluid just coming out. Okay. Put the rag on there. There you go. Perfect. Just bring it out. Perfect. There you go. Make sure that the brake fluid bottle is brand new. I'm going to crack the seal in front of you. There you go. The seal is cracked. I would just shake it up, you know, for the hell of it. Whatever. Doesn't make a difference. But, whatever. Here. That's the one that I'm using. Perfect. There you go. I just broke the seal. That's the way you do it. Now I'm going to fill it up. Okay, fill it a bit more. Perfect. That's why that rag right there helps you. Just put the cap back on it lightly, you know. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the bleeder screw. There you go. Perfect. Actually, perfect. Perfect. There you go. Now I'm going to pull. Keep an eye on the level. Okay. I would say once it gets midway, right about there, I would stop and fill it up again. Okay. I think I should have tightened the nut before I did that, before I let it go, but you know what? Let me keep my box end on this. Air is coming out. There you go. So now I can tighten it. I can loosen it. There you go, it's loose. Come on, baby. Come on. I see bubbles coming out, so the brake fluid is not clear right now. Now I'm gonna actually. Fill it back up. Perfect. Now let's see how the brake line comes out. Pull on it. Pull on the lever first. Then loosen the bleeding screw. And then while you're still pulling on the lever, then tighten the box and tighten the bleeder screw, and then take your hands off the lever and refill. All right, so open it. That's a good sign. It's a steady stream coming out. I don't see any air bubbles in there. Let's close it one time. Let it drain out all the way. You know what? I think there's not enough pressure in it, so let me plug this back in and let it pressurize.